Greetings, dear ones. Greetings, dear ones. So happy, and all of you that could join me here today on this very, very special supermoon, super harvest full moon, and partial eclipse. This is just a short little drop in to drop out energetically. So we're going to be going very deep in very quickly, and it should be very restorative, very regenerative for your midday so that you can carry that throughout today and into tonight. Hopefully it'll clear up in your area so that you can actually see the partial eclipse. And there's only going to be 8% of the moon covered. And if you are in a clear area, look towards the top of the moon. That's the area that's going to be covered. But this partial eclipse is visible not only in North America, except for Alaska, but many other parts around the world. So it's very, very interesting. That doesn't usually happen. It's usually certain sections of the hemisphere that a partial or certainly a full eclipse shows up. So, in other words, that energetic is sweeping across the world, which is very exciting and also can be very disconcerting and rather difficult to navigate, particularly if you are on an advanced spiritual seeker's path. So there's a lot of energetic effects, not just from the full moon, not just from the partial eclipse, but we have astrological lineups that are I won't say causing, that are catalyzing, that are giving us the opportunity to make some really serious, more than just changes, more than just shifts, even more than transformation. These energetics that are coming in through the cosmos, through the earth itself, are giving us an opportunity to move a huge step forward in an evolutionary process for the earth, for humanity. And at the same time, one of the reasons why this is so huge and so accelerated and so intense in the physical, why we're experiencing in the 3D so radically, is because there is a simultaneous evolutionary process going on in the galaxy as well as in the universe itself. And this simultaneous evolutionary push, leap, how can I say it? Just completely different redesign of the universe. Granted, this is a dualistic universe. It will always continue to be a dualistic universe because that's its basic form. But the levels of dualism or the levels of polarity can be evolved so that we are not, particularly as humans and on this planet, functioning from the base, crude, primal, primordial, and primeval aspects and characteristics, because that's where we've been, and no wrong in that, but that has been completed insofar as all of the parties concerned, universal energetics and councils, interuniversal energetics and councils, earth teachers, earth organizers, earth engineers, and us ourselves. Every soul has a vote. And that's what's so marvelous about this universe, is that no thing, no one decides what goes on. We get to decide not only our own reality in this physical presentation of a 3D Earth, but actually in the universe. We are the determinants, we are the deciders. And that's why democracy is so very, very vital, not only on this planet and certainly in our country, the USA, but all around the world and then throughout the universe. Because, as I said, we are the arbiters of our fate. And it's very interesting that this is falling on a day when this is actually voter registration day here in the United States. And yet at the same time, an article came across my desk that the amount of democracies or the percentage of democracy in the world has decreased. I think the number was 25% in the past few years, 5 years, and that's pretty radical. So please hold on to very, very deeply your rights, not only as a U.S. citizen, but as a universal citizen, to vote and decide how you want the future to be. And you do that by actually accessing some of your own creation talents, gifts, and abilities, those that you've learned here in human life, but also the ability to be able to tap into other talents, knowledge, abilities from your multidimensional and beyond aspects of you. And that's what we're going to be doing starting next month with the magical creation group. And we're going to be combining our knowledge and energies and talents and the current issues and cutting edge technology and science that is available at that point in time, or this point in time. I'm going to be citing some of those today, that we can actually blend and mix as a powerful group in an alchemical way that creates not only individually but collectively. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll be coming up soon. And as well, we're going to be doing some of that on the equinox meditation event Sunday night at 7 p.m. So I hope you can join me for that. And, we have all of these polarities going on. We have the moon with all of its powerful energies. We also have the sun, which has been extremely active this week with CMEs, coronal mass ejections, and that has created the opportunity to see wonderful auroras, but at the same time, that those beautiful auroras translate into a threat to our planet because we have a protection around the planet, an electromagnetic field protection, but the more pollution that goes into the air, the more the methane and certain other chemicals go into the air, it does affect our ability, it does affect the ability of that electromagnetic field to protect us. So it behooves us to cease utilizing and throwing off balance the intricate and very complex combination of climate and earth energetics, earth actual habitats, environments, climate, biodiversity. All of this was designed beautifully to not only allow for thriving and flourishing of every aspect of the earth, but also the effects on space. And we're seeing a lot of that by a lot of the activity out in space, a lot of the satellites, a lot of the garbage that we're throwing, both physically with those satellites and equipment, but also with the amount of, again, there's more pollution in space around us. So please hold that. We're putting that in the container. We also have the polarities of fires and floods going on. The fires in California, just horribly devastating, an area that many of you know I go out every year for an elders gathering of indigenous elders from around the world. And this year there were approximately 50 from about 20, I want to say 25, 26 different tribes. And that whole area, it's a beautiful area in the hills above Los Angeles. And when I had gone a few years ago, it was so difficult to see how dry and pained the area was, and how little wildlife there was because of the lack of habitat and food. And then this year when I went, it was absolutely lush and filled in, and the trees were magnificent, and the area looked day and night different. And now, this past couple weeks, there have been several different fires in the area. Some people that I know were, their home was threatened. Luckily, their home was not destroyed, but they were evacuated and had to stay away for quite some time. And this is, again, our imbalance in the environment. And many of you know that there's been flooding in Europe with many lives lost in Romania, Poland. We had the week before several typhoons in the east and the far east. So we have a lot going on, pulling in both directions. And yet we have these wonderful new models of farming, for example, that can counteract the pesticides. We have an incredible increase in the amount of renewable energy sources. Europe has decreased their usage of oil and gas incredibly. I mean, the percentages in some countries, they're not even paying for energy, electricity, etc., which is absolutely fabulous. Um, so all of this is in the mix, and I want to invite you, anyone who's listening, or hopefully when I post this later, please feel free to put in your own challenges. One of the things that I've been seeing a great deal of are a lot of pets are leaving right now. I don't know if you've noticed or heard from friends and family. And, you know, animals are pets. They're sworn kind of um, duty, or the responsibility that they take on when they come to be with us, is oftentimes to hold our emotional, energetic, and even spiritual turmoil, chaos, dis-ease, etc. And that is increasing so much that my sense has been that they just can't hold that any longer. And yes, many of them are elderly, but also they're being, suffering from a lot of the same dis-eases that we are as well. And they feel things, they're so, so sensitive. So please be aware of them and include them. They're certainly going to be in here, and all of those that have recently and or whenever lost their four-legged family members. We also have several other animal teachers. Bat is very, very apparent right now, representing death and rebirth. Vultures, who are seen in the Tibetan tradition as dakinis. In other words, they escort the dead into a new existence. And I invite you to look up the Tibetan practices of the dead with vultures. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ceremony and process. Very, very sacred, very, very ancient, and honoring so much more than just the one that passed. We also have quail or grouse, and grouse is very much about the spiral dance, meaning that we are going through a deepening. This isn't Armageddon, this isn't the end of things. It is merely another turn of the spiral into a deepening evolution, a deepening for us each individually, and another swing around. You know, so many people, so many of my clients and students say, when am I going to be done? When is this going to be over? When can I just, live my life at ease? And when you feel that, then you are going to be, you are going to experience a constant barrage and a constant, never ending struggle. Whereas if you explore it as part of an ever deepening of your own individual inner, evolution, inner growth, inner expansion, and connection to the divine within, then it takes on a different flavor, a different way of processing, a different way of, exploring, a different way of discovering. So, and again, because everyone is going through so much right now, I'm offering, which I haven't done in a long time, I'm offering some one off break through your glass ceiling type of sessions, which are 2 hours long, and we're going to get in and get out and work very, very deeply energetically to support and to actually move along your process and your evolution. So for those people who have had, recurring, like, why is this back again? What is going on? Why can't I make it through this wall? I know and believe and feel the positive movement forward, but then I come up against a stoppage. So please call, and let's set something up to help you move through that. So we have so many different animal teachers. Again, we have the beautiful celestial bodies of sun and earth. Sun and moon. And I invite you, either put in the chat or put into this container those energies, energetics, teachers, helpers that you have seen in the past week or so. And again, the combination, the alchemical blending makes for a completely magical, insofar as something can occur beyond what we would imagine and in a short space of time. So with all of that in the container and more, I'm going to invite you to just settle in your chair and begin a process of breathing. Initially, you can just breathe at your own pace, but after a few breaths, I would invite you to take a nice deep in breath. And when you get to the point where you have, feel yourself full of air, take just another sip more, just a little bit deeper in, and that helps to open the alveoli in the lungs. And then definitely extend even to a double the length of time of your inhale, double that exhale. And that activates the vagus nerve, which allows for a deep calm and relaxation very, very quickly. So again, a nice deep inhale, a little sip more, and exhale, extending that breath more and even more. And then again, another couple of those as I invite in some of the other constant helpers and energies that are always present when we're doing this work. I'm calling in and calling upon the elements of land, air, fire, and water to bring into right relationship your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. I'm also calling in and calling upon the directions, and one I am one who uses the 7 directions. I've been trained in using the 7 directions, which are the directions of east for illumination, west for introspection, south for wide-eyed wonder and playfulness, the north for wisdom, patience, prayerfulness, the below for that which is within and created from within to without, the above, all of our celestial and cosmic energies and helpers, and most of all, the direction of within. For within is the divine master, you, the guru, the source for all information and answers. And so when working with this type of meditation, I invite you to not go up and out, but instead to ask and allow your system to bring you down and in. For that allows you to access your inner verse, and it allows you to access the divine within, and it allows you to feel and experience the depth, breadth, width, and magnificence of all that you are, human and beyond. And by asking and allowing, it also hands over to your innate, to your soul's direction, where and what exact energetics are right for you at this point in time. Nothing you need know, nothing you need do. Simply allow. Allowance has no work. Allowance has no effort in it. Allowance has no doing. Allowance has no goal. No intention. Simply allowing your divine inner master to guide you, take you, help you to experience exactly the divine right way, place, time for you. And again, if you feel to, if your mind comes in, keep coming back to, yes, the breath, but more to your physical self, which will allow you to access or feel and experience, rather, your energetic self, which will allow you to feel and experience the wide variety and range of helpers, teachers, confluence of energetics, for your highest and utmost. And nothing to do, nowhere to go. For a few moments, allow yourself to be done for. And those that are energy sensitive may experience some purifying going on right now. You may experience it as some heat in your system. That's good. It's burning off toxins, both physical and emotional and mental. And again, no need to focus even on the words that I'm saying. They are merely means by which some of the energetics are being transmitted, and to let you know, if you happen to close your eyes, that the process is still going on, and that I'm still here with you, and you are here with me and all of those present and those which may listen at a future time. For energy, spiritual and energetic, has no confinement, no restrictions, does not it doesn't have to conform to laws of time and space as we do. So you can go back and listen to this and re-experience the drop in to drop out of your day. And to drop in to experience, access, hear, commune with your divine master within you. Drink a little bit more deeply the energetics available, so that as you return to your day, your pace, your activities, you are able to experience the regenerative, restorative, rested benefits from what may seem to be a very quick, short drop in. Never underestimate the wide-ranging effects, the long-reaching or far-reaching effects. And for now, just allowing your energy field, your system, to guide you, lead you, assist you in returning from what perhaps was a less physical experience back to your physical day-to-day 3D human experience. But with this type of practice, they need not remain separate. This non-physical you, the wisdom, the width and breadth of you can stay with you, leading you, guiding you, backing you, supporting you throughout today and into this evening, of course, and beyond. For you are linked with the beautiful and powerful energetics of the full supermoon, the partial eclipse, the Earth's connection, collaboration, and cooperation with those bodies, those cosmic bodies, as well as your own body. So I hope to see you soon, Sunday evening, 7 p.m. That is going to be on Zoom, so please do contact me so I can send you the registration. It's donation only, and the donations, I believe, this time are going to the Cedar Run Wildlife Rescue Center here in Medford. And as well, I hope to see you for a breakthrough glass ceiling session so that you are able to move through the turmoil and upheaval, utilizing that rather than being swept over by it or overwhelmed by it. So, as always, it is with deep honor, gratitude for your presence on this planet, and love. Until soon, bye-bye. Be well.